Welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Madarga Velazi, and coming up in today's newscast. Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett in a surprise meeting with the Egyptian President and Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. U.S. President Joe Biden warning Russia is weighing the use of chemical weapons in Ukraine, as Zelenskyy extends an invitation to the Israeli Prime Minister to meet in Kyiv. And Israel sees a surge in coronavirus cases. Is a sixth wave on the way? We open our broadcast with news that at least 4 people were killed and others hurt, some critically, in a ramming and stabbing attack in Beersheva on Tuesday afternoon. The terrorist, a 34-year-old Israeli Bedouin citizen from Hura and a convicted inmate, first attempting to run over people with his car before exiting the vehicle and stabbing people at the scene. The suspect was shot and neutralized by a bus driver who was in the area. This marks the 8th terror attack in only the last month, ahead of Land Day and Ramadan. In a surprise visit, Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett met with the Egyptian President and Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi on Monday in Egypt. Asaf Nissan with the report.
Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett flew to Sharm el-Sheikh on Monday to meet with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. According to Reuters, an Egyptian diplomatic source, speaking in the condition of anonymity, said the 3 leaders were holding discussions that covered the consequences of the war in Ukraine. The trip marks the leaders' second meeting in less than a year. In September, Bennett flew to Sharm el-Sheikh to meet with the Sisi. The two discussed ways to deepen and strengthen bilateral cooperation, as well as regional and international issues. The meeting on Monday took place in the wake of reports of an imminent nuclear deal with Iran, and reports that the United States is considering removing Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC, from its list of foreign terrorist organizations, a move strongly opposed by Israel as well as the United Arab Emirates. While Egypt's presidency did not directly address Bennett's visit, it released a statement saying Sisi hosted the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi in expanded bilateral talks on issues including economic investment. A statement by the presidency also said that Sisi stressed Egypt's commitment to security in the Gulf region and rejecting of any practices that seek to destabilize it.
And joining us now with more on the trilateral meeting and its implications for the region is Major General in the Reserves Yaakov Amidol, former National Security Advisor and Research Fellow at the Jerusalem Institute for Strategy and Security, and researcher at the JINSA Strategic Study Center in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us.
Nice to have you.
So can you tell us about the significance of such a meeting for Israel with both Egypt and the United Arab Emirates? I mean, is it safe to say this is sort of an unprecedented event in Israeli relations with the Arab world?
Yes, but it is a result of a long process which began a few years ago, during which we succeeded to convince the Arab world that there are many benefits for Arab countries as well as to Israel to have better relations with the state of Israel, although we know that the Palestinian problem was not solved yet. But both sides, the Arab countries on one side, Israel on the other side, can win a lot from strengthening these relations. And the result you could see in Sharm el-Sheikh, the president of Egypt and the next ruler of the Arab Emirates sitting together with the Prime Minister of Israel, dealing with about the problems that the Middle East is facing.
And I mean, what was the purpose of the meeting and why hold it now? I mean, how much is it to do with the threat from Iran?
I think it is 3 different elements coming together for a perfect changing. First, the threat from Iran is growing. You can see the missiles, the drones, all the what is coming from Iran and from the Houthis coming into Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, to Israel. You can feel the aggressiveness of the Iranians growing, and everyone understands that the day that the agreement with Iran will be signed by the United States of America, the aggressiveness even increase. The second one is the fact that everyone in the Middle East understands that the Americans are slowly but surely pulling out from the Middle East.
To watch full episodes of ILTV's Israel Daily and tons of other content from Israel, visit our website at iltv.tv or download the ILTV Plus app.